Hello everybody, this is Manny from Perfect Predators. We're here at my new facility. It's on a large piece of land, so this is how we get around. And I'm eager to show Dave around. Dave came to visit us today for the first time, and I'm very excited to show him and you guys our new stuff. All right, guys, so here we are. We're in our main facility, or the main portion of our facility. This is where the adult animals are. We keep our females here on these racks on the left and right of the room. These are Freedom Breeder 66.4s, the 4-footers. And behind us here, we have the male line. I call it the male row, which is just CV70s, an entire row of CV70s.
I mean, you keep the males in CV70s their whole life, pretty much?
Once they hit adulthood, and then, you know, till we either sell them or they die. There's 132 males can fit on that wall. We don't have it anywhere near capacity. And right now we're in the process of getting some more racks. At this point, I think we have maybe 60 or 70 adult females in here, believe it or not. So 7 high, 7 across this way is 49.
Explain to us, Manny, why your season is so late this year. Because I know normally, you know, a lot of people already have a lot of boa litters. You're just starting to get them. I
started late. When I decided to buy this house or move, actually, it was the holidays where I'm usually already starting to introduce males. I'm speaking like a week before Christmas time. Usually my males are in for a couple weeks. I didn't start till halfway into January. So when you take that long to start introducing the animals, you know, they take longer to swell, longer to ovulate, longer to shed. I'm going to have litters this year into October, which is rare for me. I usually have no litters past September. So
does that screw up the next year's breeding season?
It will. It will. My next year is probably going to be an off year, but it is what it is. You know, I'm happy to show you some of the projects that are going to be born this year, which are very, very high end, very cutting edge. So, you know, sometimes you got to sacrifice tomorrow for today. I figured, why not, you know, so.
Show us some of the Gravid females you got right
Sure, here's a one I like a lot. She's nothing as far as genetically is concerned, but she just looks so cool because she's so big and she's got like these weird calico things going on. And I find her just super cool to watch.
Is that a regular morph, or is that some?
That's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
Yeah, and she's got calico or paradoxing. I forgot what they
call that. Paradoxing, yeah.
Yeah, or calico. There's different people call it different things, but
show us, for people who don't really know about boa breeding, how could you tell this female's pregnant aside from the fact that she's huge?
Yeah, her neck is really skinny. She usually has a lot more muscle here, and then her back end is really big. And we're talking about animals that, because of the move, I've been feeding once a month instead of once every 2 to 3 weeks. Even Gravid, I feed them once every 2 to 3.
You feed them when they're gravid.
Smaller meal.
Now, do some of them not eat when they're gravid?
Some won't. She will eat right now if I fed her. I just, you know, the move. It's been, you know, tolling on everyone. And she would be a lot thinner if it wasn't because she's carrying those babies.
Now, would you feed her like a smaller prey item? Is there any risk if you feed a bigger prey item that it could cause her to deliver early?
No risk. Now, when you're talking about an animal like that, which I don't know if you can tell how big she is. She's pretty big. A small prey item is a large rat, you know. That's small. She probably now, once her babies are born, will take 2 of the biggest jumbo small dog size rats I can give her.
Really? At the same time?
At the same time.
Wow.
You know, one and then feed her another, and she'll take them both. But yeah, when she's gravid, 1 large or 1 jumbo every 3 weeks is a small meal.
Now, what would you say is something that, you know, for people who, you know, are starting to get into boa breeding? What are some of the signs that you can tell that she is gravid? Is she displaying certain activities, you know?
Well, the best sign is that you saw her breed, you saw her ovulate, and then you saw her have a post-ovulation shed about 15 to 21 days after the ovulation. I saw all of those on her because I kept my eyes on her. She was at the old facility. She was at eye level, right, and I can see her real well. And then once they ovulate, and her shed comes out, they actually shrink, and they get smaller. And then you worry, you wonder if it took or not. You wait 60 days or so, and boom! All of a sudden, one day you come and you open the drawer, and you go, "Wow, there it is! All of that worry was for nothing."
Could these females shed in the middle of?
They will. They have.
Because I noticed that from my very first boa delivery.
Yeah, they have, and it's not bad.
I thought that was it. I said, oh my God, that's it. There's no babies there.
It's not terrible, especially if you fed a lot during gestation. They will shed, but it's not a sign of a bad litter or good litter. It's just a sign of she went into a shed cycle. Sometimes stress causes them to do that. Like if you've moved them or they're too cold, whatever, they'll shed on you. But anyway, this is a nice one. I like showing you that one. One that to me is incredibly gravid, and I mean, if you'd have to look far and wide to find one that looks more gravid than one like this. I mean, look at this thing.
Wow,
I don't know if it translates on video, but this thing is like all babies from here,
you can see the bulge
all the way to here, and then her sides. You see how the sides are like? I don't know how to explain it. It's like in V-shaped. You understand?
Yeah.
They have like a maximum that it stretches and then it comes back in almost like a sideways V. That's a sign for me of a good sign for me that they're gravid. So
how many days out would you say she is from delivery?
by looking at her, I couldn't tell. But by the ovulation, she's about 3 weeks. 3 weeks out.
Okay, so she's ready to go pretty soon.
She's pretty, yeah.
How closely do they adhere to that 100-day rule usually?
From POS,
Yeah.
mine are pretty accurate. They're around 98 to 99, 101 max. All of mine.
If you had to guess, how many babies do you think she would have?
Her, it's hard to tell because she's not so big, but I would say 15.
Okay.
15 to 16 in there, 12 to 16 in that range.
What genetics does this snake have?
This animal is a hypo. She has had prodigy line caramel, and she was bred to a junglo sharp. So we're looking to make super sunglow jungle paradises, which are called paradise glows.
Which is interesting because she doesn't look like she has anything in her, and then she's going to produce like a rainbow of colors.
Yes, she's going to have a good variety there.
Show
Incredibly.
us another good one.
Absolutely. I know the VPIs and IMGs are all the rave. I have this IMG that's het for VPI.
Oh, she's really dark.
That's due soon.
She's huge too. I mean, I don't know if you can see this on video. But
look how skinny she is up here. It's almost like it looks almost scary.
She looks like a carpet python up there, and then down here it's like she's like a Burmese python. That's crazy. And what are you looking to get from her? What's the dream?
I bred her to a snow VPI, so we're looking to see some IMG VPIs, and they'll be 100% het anery.
Very nice.
So she's due in about also around 2 or 3 weeks. She's one that as soon as the babies are born, we got to put on a very
heavy feeding.
Yeah, heavy feeding.
Is it hard to get these guys to feed, or they feed pretty readily after they give birth?
No, they want to feed right away. In fact, that's the way I get her off the babies. I'll give her a rat. She'll wrap the rat. I'll take her away. It's just a fast way to get them off. I'm not trying to wrestle a 7-foot snake that's trying to kill me. So everybody knows I like the flamingo. The flamingo is one of my lines. It's a very high color pastel with hypo. It's even made it look nicer. So this is one of my favorite flamingos that I bred with the Motley. She was born in 2011, and she's due in the next day or two, any minute now.
She's huge. I think we actually saw her at the last time I was at your facility. I think I bought some babies.
I believe so, and she's really, she's due any minute. She's really, really gravid.
Now, what was the difference? I think I got a flamingo red tiger line.
Oh yes, you have something from a sibling of hers, but an older sibling, not from the same litter. And then
they just have the best color.
Oh my God,
the best color.
I can't believe some of the ones I've seen now.
What did you breed her to?
I bred her to I bred her to a high-end sunglow because what I want to do is I want to force the Motleys to be born sunglow. And then the ones that are not Motleys to just be, I guess it'll be super sunglows. But anyway, whenever I've bred these hypo animals to a non-hypo snake, either you get no hypo Motley. So I want to force out the hypo Motley sunglows. So
is the hypo and Motley on the same allele?
The same allele, and they fight each other, and it's a.
Because people don't understand that. I didn't know that, but I think Jeremy Stone kind of elucidated that you can't have what? You can't. You can't have a super hyper Motley, right?
Right.
Because the hypo and the Motley are on the same allele.
They're the same allele, and then her bred to anything that's not a hypo, she will she will spit out 2 types of babies. Motley's over here,
Or Hypo.
or Hypo's over there.
Hypo.
Motley's over here, but she won't combine them.
So you got to breed her to a Hypo. If
You got
wanna-
to force them
You
out.
want to get both those traits in there.
So
Or
that-
breed her to a Motley, I guess, too.
Yeah, or well, if you bred her to a Motley, you just make super Motleys, and unless the other Motley was Hypo.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know if you've noticed. My animals are not very big. Look at her head.
No, I noticed that. That's.
I don't have huge boas. So this animal here can easily breed again, next season. So next year I'll try something different. But
So in other words, smaller animals are.
oh
easy
yeah,
to
that's what
breed.
I mean. Yes, when I mean smaller, I'll put 5 or 6 meals after this litter's born. Should be right back to where she started back in December.
Amazing.
And
Really
I'll
good.
probably this year I'll probably start pairing around Thanksgiving, just to make up for the tardiness. Now, you must remember now, I am 250 miles north of where I started in Miami.
I was going to ask you, is that going to be a problem? with
No,
breeding
I think it's going to be an advantage because I'll have cooler temperatures here sooner in the year for longer during the season,
So cooler is actually important.
which help me. Yeah, it helps the humidity levels and the barometric pressures and stuff to cause the different things that stimulate these animals to want to breed. Where in Miami this year was so hot, really I couldn't start till January. Even if I wanted to start in December, it was 85 on Christmas Eve or something.
And you can't simulate that by just air conditioning.
You could, but it's not the same. It's just it's hard to explain. I've tried it
They
in the
have their own
past.
barometric measuring
Yes.
capabilities inside them.
So I think that's going to make up for the season going into September and October on some females. The fact that I'm north and I can use the cold weather. I mean, there's frost here in the mornings in Central Florida where your grass is iced, from the dew is iced over. So that's how much colder it is here in the central part of the state. Because I'm both central part of the state and central on the coast. I'm like halfway between both coasts, halfway between the Keys.
You deserted Miami.
I got away from,
Show us some babies, Manny.
Let's go look at some babies.